Hi, my name is Michael Evans, and I'm running to be on the District 200 school board. My wife and I have called Wheaton home for 25 years. We have two sons, both products of District 200. Simon, our oldest, is a sophomore at University of Arkansas, and Ryan, our youngest, is a junior at Wheaton North. We also have two furred family members, wonderfully dysfunctional dogs, by the name of Pot Roast, and the other one by the name of Ollie. So why am I running? Over time, the educational experience of our kids has been, the topic of educational experience of our kids has been falling lower and lower on the agenda. The pandemic accelerated that trend. In fact, over the last 5 meetings, student experience, educational excellence, and topics like that have not been mentioned once. This compelled me to run for the school board, to put more nimbleness into the decision-making process, to put more transparency into the decision-making process, and put more community engagement into the decision-making process. And most importantly, to put kids at the top of the agenda once again, of each and every board meeting. I have a bachelor's degree in philosophy from Wheaton College and an MBA from the University of Notre Dame. My work involves putting different mindsets and different personalities together to come up and create clear solutions. It also involves navigating change each and every day. I thrive in ambiguity. I see it as an opportunity to innovate. And innovation is what we need right now. There's no playbook for what we're all experiencing because of the pandemic right now. But we need to try things. We need to do new things. We can't let others dictate our futures for us. And we need to move forward. And that's why I'm running for the board. In terms of goals, we need to get our kids back in class. We need to get teachers back in class and be mindful of the fact that not all students, not all teachers want to be in class. That's fine. But for those who do, let's give them a choice to be in class full-time, 5 days a week. We also need to come up with ideas to somehow offset the hundreds of lost hours of class time that has happened because of the way the crisis has been handled so far. We need to focus more on teaching kids how to think versus what to think. We need to instill economic literacy. We also need to spend more time on how to address the mental health issues of kids. These issues have been problems for a long time, but they've been exacerbated by the pandemic, and they're painfully all too clear. Finally, not all kids want to go to college, and that's fine. But in addition to economic literacy, we need to revisit the idea of trade schools. We need to revisit the idea of preparing kids for trades, which can be tremendous careers, and many of those markets are growing. All of these ideas take collaboration. I'm sure there's roadblocks. I'm sure there's barriers, and I'm sure I'm oversimplifying things right now. But we need to start somewhere. And I'd ask all of you, when is the last time you heard a new or fresh idea come up in a board meeting over the course of this last year? They're few and far between. In terms of the future, the pandemic has brought forth many problems that have come to light. But it's also opened the doors to many opportunities. One of the biggest ones is technology. Parents and kids have really been on the same plane in many ways, all learning to adapt and work from home. It's hard. It's a challenge. Many of us are still learning, teachers included, and we need more teacher technology training. We need to make sure that our virtual learning environment is robust, and we need to make sure that what we're learning about technology and how we're using technology now, that learning continues, because these are foundational to how our kids, as they grow up into adults, will work in the future. So we're learning some tremendous things, but we need a process, and we need the education, and we need the flexibility to continue to teach those things long after this pandemic is gone. There's also going to be budget challenges. We know that's going to happen. And there are many unforeseen crises that lie behind the pandemic. We don't know what they are. But what we've seen over the course of this time, over this past year, is a paralyzed decision process, a disjointed decision process, one that has left teachers and students and parents wondering, when do I go to school? What do I need? What days am I in? Why aren't we in school full time? Those questions are all circulating. There will be other crises, and we're going to need transparency. We're going to need clarity. We're going to need honesty, and we're going to need to explain facts to people, and we're going to have to try new things. Some of them won't work, but we have to start somewhere. So, why I'm running? It started because I saw that kids were losing their spot on the agenda of board meetings. Some of that I understand. This is a tough time, and there's issues on the agenda which none of us ever could have envisioned would be on the agenda. But still, leaders don't double down on the old playbook. They write new playbooks. Demand a new playbook. Demand that teachers and students who want to be in class, in person, full time, have the option to do that. Demand transparency. Demand that we try new things, that we innovate. Demand that we look at what's working in other places rather than relying on those schools in our own areas. Let's look at other states, other places, other institutions where things are working. And let's not ask ourselves or talk about why things can't work. Let's talk about what we can do to figure out how they can work. Demand these things and vote 7, 8, 9, and 10 on the ballot for the District 200 School Board. 7 is Kevin Nickel, 8 is Angela Blattner, 9 is me, Michael Evans, and 10 is Amanda Spons. Thank you very much for letting me share this with you.